Good morning.
All right, Terrell, so I saw this thing on Instagram the other day that said, if a public speaker does the thing where they say good morning and then they say, oh, I know you can do better than that, good morning, then that makes most people instantly hate them. But this is our speech and we can do what we want. So, good morning. Thank you.
And speaking of Instagram, we all know that you've been taking pictures and uploading them all morning, as you should. In fact, if you haven't, we're going to take this moment right now and divert from the program a little bit because we love moments. So what I would like for you all to do, take your cell phones out. If you're team Android, if you're team iPhone, doesn't matter. Look to the person to your left, say, I'm graduating, and go ahead and flick that selfie, right? Just like this, like this right here, right here. Watch, oh, wait, there it is.
You got to put the camera the right way, Terrell.
Okay, one more time. There we go. Jeez, there it is. Yeah, we taking our selfies, right? Taking our selfies.
Yeah.
We taking our selfies. Okay, all right.
We're educators. We like to start with an activity. So now we all have a little something extra to remember this day, and when you come across that picture in your camera roll 3 years from now, you'll recall how it felt to be here on this day. And because our public relations and marketing friends are here, don't forget that hashtag HowardCCGrad.
So, let's get started. It is a great privilege to address you all on this day, your day.
This day that marks one of the great accomplishments of your life.
As we celebrate this great accomplishment, we must first acknowledge the Creator and our ancestors whose shoulders we now stand on. We also want to acknowledge our President, Dr. Willis, and our Board of Trustees here at HCC.
But this day is all about you, the Howard Community College graduating class of 2022.
Now, what makes this class? What does an HCC class of 22 student look like?
Well, looking out at our fine sea of dragon graduates here, I spy a wide, diverse group of scholars. Mr. Bratcher, you think we got time for a roll call?
Of course we have time for a roll call.
Okay.
So I'm a first-generation college student, and I know that there's some first-generation college students out here who are graduating. If you're here, make some noise. Let's hear you. First-generation college students, where you at? All right.
And what about our non-traditional students?
Okay,
Yeah?
all right.
Okay, Rachel, non-traditional?
Okay. Now watch this. I know we have some student athletes here. Where y'all at? Make some noise. Okay. All right.
Where are our whiz kids, our Rouse and Schoenbrodt scholars, Phi Theta Kappa members, and dragons that are graduating with a 3.5 or higher? Yes!
Now, I know we have plenty of international students and non-native speakers of English. Where y'all at? Y'all here? Okay.
Yeah. We also want to acknowledge our students who have overcome some often invisible obstacles. Our students with disabilities, our LGBTQIA+ students, and our undocumented students. Yeah? We're not going to ask you to stand or anything.
But know that you are acknowledged and accounted for here this morning.
And finally, we need to recognize every single HCC student who is graduating here today. We want to recognize the people who are going on to four-year schools, people who are going straight into the workforce, and the people sitting out there who have no idea what's next. We've been there. And it's hard, but regardless, you are worth celebrating. So if you are receiving a degree here today, let us hear you make some noise. Yes, dragons!
Now, we want you to notice that none of these groups on their own were as loud as all of you together.
Remember that. We're going to come back to it later. Before we get to the part where we tell you all to go out and be amazing, we wanted to take just a minute to reflect on what this experience means for us.
You see, usually and traditionally, commencement speakers are from the community, so they have a great wide range of knowledge and perspective on what it takes to be successful after college. But they haven't nurtured you and brought you up like we have. So in a funny roundabout way, seeing you all this morning is kind of like seeing our own kids graduate. I'm need a minute.
I've been a faculty member here since 2016, and I think just about 100% of the students I have ever had in class can vouch for the fact that being in a classroom with all of you is my favorite place to be. To get to speak to you here today as you prepare to move on to the next chapter in your exciting and your beautiful life is an honor that I can't adequately express. And it also means that I can finally tell my public speaking students, and you all know who you are, that I told you I know how to give a speech.
And as I think to my journey to this moment, I can't help but to reflect on the community responsible for developing me into the man that I am today. Like many of you, I belong to several tribes. I'm a byproduct of my mother, who taught me that nothing worth having comes without perseverance. My uncle and my aunt, who adopted me at 13 and raised me as their own. They taught me never to fall back on excuses. Regardless of your circumstance, you are responsible for the good and the bad that you endure. And finally, I reflect on my home institution, Virginia State University, where greatness happens. That university took a first-generation college student and instilled in me confidence and provided me with the tools necessary to be a successful contributor to society. Hail State.
But enough about us, although we are pretty cool. Let's turn the focus to you all and to this moment. The first Howard Community College in-person commencement ceremony since 2019. Yes! Yes!
As we look upon this graduating class, we see a wide range of scholars, a perfect mix of generations, from Generation X to Millennials to Generation Z, all united today at this moment, a celebratory but also urgent moment where everything around us is changing, from how we work to how we go to school. What the last 2 years have taught us is the necessity to adapt, to live in this urgent moment of now.
For some of you, this is your first in-person commencement ceremony ever. We know that it's been hard. You had to miss prom, you had to miss graduation, and all of those other milestones that have fallen by the wayside these past couple years.
And it makes my heart heavy to see all of the graduates here this morning, knowing that during the semesters, you worked in grocery stores, public transportation, healthcare, and today you are receiving your degree. It is extra sweet knowing that you accomplished this feat while being forced to work more because your labor was deemed essential. We recognize all of you today as heroes of this moment.
And heroes all of you are, because you didn't let a global shutdown let you or stop you from getting to this day. It was rough. It was lonely. You attended classes online. You gave your speeches to a webcam. You took dance classes in your living room. You were interrupted by pets and siblings, parents, roommates, and kids. You submitted discussion boards on your phone, but you did it. And after that, you can do anything.
And we're all witnesses. Your ability to maintain both your sanity and focus in moments of uncertainty, injustice, and even death has been truly inspiring.
That is what makes this day so special, and this commencement ceremony so unique. Everyone here, in some form or fashion, has been forced to adapt. And by doing so, you all have accomplished what no other graduating class in the history of Howard Community College has accomplished.
Never let go of that feeling. To accomplish something that no one before you has is uplifting and should be a constant reminder as you endeavor through life that anything is possible. Impossible is nothing. When someone tells you that you can't do something, that it can't be done, you have this moment, this accomplishment as proof that you can accomplish anything with the right mixture of perseverance and determination.
Some people will try to diminish or dismiss you and this accomplishment, but you know better. What this urgent moment of now has taught you is to be unyielding and uncompromising when it comes to your pursuit and your fulfillment of any goal. Remember, Determination and perseverance are your great superpowers, and they were developed and cultivated right here at Howard Community College.
And in the words of the great Uncle Ben and Aunt May, with great power comes great responsibility. Knew some Marvel fans would get that. We know that you can innovate, create, and do what needs to be done to finish the work at hand. But in leaving Howard Community College, know that there is more challenging work ahead. Take the skills, the passion, the creativity, the sense of community that you've had here and introduce it to the world. It needs it. That is your great duty, your responsibility.
Our dear Dragons, our amazing graduates, we are all agents of change. We use the knowledge we've obtained to change the world. And that seems like a tall order and an impossible ask. We're asking you to change the world. Where do you even start?
You know, it's a good thing you have educators as commencement speakers because we have some homework for you.
One last time. Number 1, vote. Vote in school board elections. Thank you. I knew our elected officials would like that one. Vote in school board elections, in county council elections, in mayoral and gubernatorial elections. The President of the United States is not the only person who gets elected to their office. And often the people who affect your lives the most are right here in your community.
Number 2, find your voice, develop and use it. In today's climate, you cannot be apolitical. Honor those who were silenced by using your privilege and/or platform to speak for those who cannot. And know that when you speak for those who can't, it's okay sometimes to go off script. Watch, I'm gonna prove it to you right now, okay? You ready? Weapons of war don't belong in our communities. Women have a right to privacy and choice. Seeking asylum is a fundamental human right. Humans don't belong in cages. Free Palestine. No one should have to hide who they are or who they love. And know that Black lives matter. Remember, when you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor.
He went off script.
Told you.
It's okay, as public speakers, we know to roll with it. That means that you need to use your voice to speak up, not only for yourself, but for each other. Just because something doesn't affect you directly doesn't mean you shouldn't care about it.
Remember a few minutes ago when we told you that all of you together are louder than your individual separate groups. Take that with you as you move through your life.
Number 3, be kind. We've seen a lot of students come and go at HCC, and if there is one thing we notice about you, it's that you are uniquely empathetic. You are accepting of differences, and you are open to learning more about new cultures and new people. Don't ever lose that brilliant spark of humanity.
Remain curious and persistent. There will be people who are going to tell you that that's just the way it is. It's how we've always done it. You don't have to accept that answer. Ask why. Seek out the opinions of others. Then, from those opinions, draw your own ideas. Challenge yourself in the beliefs that you hold. Allow yourself the space to evolve, and then share that experience with the world. That's how you become a change agent.
Understand that there are systems in place designed to maintain the status quo. There are laws in place that are inequitable and unfair. There are people who don't want to listen to you, and people who benefit from keeping that status quo at your expense. But you know better. Keeping things the way they've always been has never been what our dragons do, and you are not about to start now.
Now, there's much more, and of course we can go on for days, but as educators, we know how to read the room.
We know you're getting antsy to skip to the good part, so we'll wrap this up. There are going to be times in your life when you feel like you're not good enough, or when the burdens of being a change agent weigh heavy on you. There may be obstacles and difficult times that make you wonder whether you can overcome.
When those obstacles come and that difficult time arrives, we want you to close your eyes and remember this moment, the moment that you were celebrated for all that you've overcome.
The moment you were blanketed in a community that provided you with the love and support to persevere and become a college graduate. This moment when we're standing on the edge of the future, getting ready to make a difference. And then we want you to take a deep breath and remember who you are.
You're a dragon.
We love you.